Hi, guys, and welcome back to my verbal journal. I'm Macy, your host, and I'm so excited for you guys to listen to today's episode because we have a special guest on, my friend Ellie Ogden, who goes to TCU, and she also is from my hometown, and we went to high school together. So today we're going to be sharing our goals for 2025, and I think you guys are going to love this episode because we kind of share some different goals, and then there's also some overlap and just multiple perspectives on it. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to meet Ellie. Hi guys, and welcome back to my verbal journal. Today we have a very special guest. So this is Ellie. Yeah, if you just want to give a little bit about yourself, what you're majoring in, what grade you're in, just general information.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm excited to be here. So I grew up in Golden, Colorado. Obviously went to school with Macy, met her there, and then I am majoring in accounting at TCU, and then I'm planning to get my master's next year. And yeah, I grew up playing lacrosse, riding dirt bikes, so love to be outside, all that stuff.
Yeah, she's was a really good lacrosse player and dirt. Like I feel like I've not met that many girls that like ride dirt bikes. Like I've
Yeah,
only
there's
ever
like
met like
no
any.
girls.
So that's sick.
Yeah, it was fun.
It looks terrifying. I don't know how to do it. But yeah, basically we met in high school. We like weren't like super close in high school. Like we kind of
Yeah.
crossed paths, but I feel like we were both like kind of in our own like world. Also, I was like really shy freshman and sophomore year. And
We
then
definitely had like our different friend groups,
yeah,
but we like knew each other, you know?
exactly, yeah.
And like when our friend groups like would come together, we would hang out, but
Exactly.
that was pretty
Yeah,
much
for like
it.
Tegan.
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, today, I know last week we talked about my 2024 reflection and all of that stuff. So this week we're going to talk about just our goals for 2025 because I think it's important just to like verbalize them or like write them down just so you have it to look back on because I didn't do that last year and then I was like trying to think back on what my goals were and like I kind of had them in my head, but I think it's just better to kind of talk through not only what they are, but also like how you plan to achieve them and like kind of start getting the ball rolling, if you will.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't write them down, like you forget.
Yeah,
And then it's not as like impactful.
exactly. And then you look back and you all you can think about is like the negatives or what you didn't
Right.
do instead of
Yeah.
like realizing like, oh shit, I actually accomplished a lot.
Right,
Became really fun.
exactly. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I would encourage all of you guys to write your goals down for the year and also just kind of maybe just say something brief about how you're going to achieve that. So it's not just like a aspiration, but you actually have like a plan. Because I think that's important too.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I guess we'll just go back and forth and kind of share with you guys what our goals are. So, but before we get into that, let's do our usual segments where we talk about some things we've been loving lately and an unpopular opinion that we have. So, some things I've been loving lately. SZA's new album, well, the other half of the album that she released. Um, I literally love her so much, and I've been listening to it nonstop. I think it's actually the only thing besides my like gym playlist that I've listened to in like, the past 2 months. So
I haven't
there's
listened
that.
to it.
It's
I
so
need to
good,
listen
and you
to
have to
it.
listen to it. And I need to go to her concert, so I am hoping to find tickets for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Another thing I've been loving. If you want to go to a concert with me, let me know.
Okay.
It's April 26th here.
Okay. I'll look at my
Um,
calendar.
but yeah. Um, another thing I've been loving lately, the Define workout shorts, specifically the Impact line that they have. I used to like really like the Dynamic line because they're like higher waisted, but I kind of like the Impact ones. I don't know, but if you do get them, I would recommend sizing up because they are like really tight around your thighs and they ride up a little bit. So I would size up if I were you to get them. I specifically just got like this baby pink color and I'm
Ooh,
obsessed.
that's pretty.
Yeah. And then the final thing I've been loving lately are my tall black boots. I love wearing them in the winter time. I feel like they go with everything, just like the tights and like a mini skirt and like a leather jacket, any sort of jacket. Like I feel like they just go with everything. So I've been loving those lately. Mine are from Steve Madden. So what have you been loving lately?
Okay, so I have been loving the Stairmaster. Usually, like, I would always just go on the treadmill. Like, I used to be, like, a runner. You know, like, with lacrosse and, like, doing sports, like, I would run.
Me too.
But then, like, ever since college, I just started walking. And so I would just, like, go on the treadmill, do, like, the 12-3-30 or whatever.
Yeah, but then it's like, being an athlete, it's like, it doesn't feel, like, hard enough.
Right, I know. I'm like, I'm not struggling that hard.
Yeah.
You know? And so I started doing the Stairmaster, and, like, it gets hard.
Yeah, it does.
And it's like good too, because then it's working on your legs and like your butt, and like it's a good, because you just like keep, you know, making it harder, like put it to level 10.
I used to have really bad shin
Oh, that's
splints.
right.
And like the incline on the treadmill would like make it worse.
Yeah.
Just like being your shins like being flexed upwards like that.
Right.
So Stairmaster like really helped.
Yeah.
Too.
No, I love the Stairmaster. And it's nice because I just turn on a show.
Exactly.
And just walk. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I actually tried the sauna recently, and I love it. Like, especially now since it's so cold. It's freezing here in Texas.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, it was 15 degrees when I walked in this morning.
I
was eating my overnight oats, like, because I always walk and eat them, and my hand was literally, like, freezing off. I was like, would eat one bite, and then I'd, like, have to put my hand in my pocket.
Dude, I don't know how you did that. Like, I've been wearing gloves all day. Like, I'm so cold.
I had gloves on the one hand.
You did? Not the other?
Because I have my spoon. I only have
True.
hands here.
Oh.
So I can't, like, grab, so I need
like, smaller gloves.
I need to make a note, because I need to order some gloves.
Yeah. I know, people always think, like, it doesn't get cold in Texas. Yeah. It gets cold in Texas.
It's here, it feels colder here than in Colorado.
Yeah, because Texas has humidity. Colorado is very dry. So it gets freezing here.
Yeah. Plus the sun in Colorado always makes it feel better. Here it's, like, windy, too.
Oh my god, it's always windy. It's always windy. I don't know what it is, but it's so cold. So yeah, I've been liking the sauna. Feels very nice. And then similar to Macy's, I've been liking the look with like black tights and tall boots. I never wear like black. But I've been really liking that. Yeah, I'm kind of more like a colorful kind of person. Yeah. But I've been liking, I feel like it's great for winter.
Yeah, it's such
so I like it.
We both wore that like on New Year's.
Yeah.
We went for New Year's Eve, we went to the Avalanche game and then went to downtown Denver. And yeah, it was really fun.
And the Avs play today, right?
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
They play the Minnesota Wild.
Are they
supposed to? It's a conference game, so it's like we need to win.
Okay.
Our conference is like really tight right now.
Yeah.
But we beat the Stars 2 nights ago.
Oh, that's good.
6-3. It was a really good game.
Oh, nice. Okay, that'll be fun.
Okay. It's my Quebec Nordiques sweatshirt. But yeah, I've also been loving that. And with the sauna too, like I feel like I always like say I'm gonna do it and then I like don't have I just leave because I'm like, oh, I'm like hungry after the gym and like I just need to go home and shower. But I'm like, the other day I just like forced myself to do it for like literally only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I need to just like do this more because if you look into the benefits of it too, it's like actually crazy.
Yeah. No, I was sitting in there and I was like looking at the benefits. I'm like, wow, this is actually really nice. It helps with like what, like blood circulation?
Yeah, and like longevity, like your heart health.
Like, yeah.
That kind of stuff. And it also, whenever I feel really overwhelmed, like on days I felt really overwhelmed, I've sat in there and just like listened to a meditation and it like helped so much.
That's nice.
It's just hard to like convince myself to go in the summer when it's hot outside.
True.
Because then I'm like, especially in Texas, like I'm stepping out into like 90 degrees.
Right.
And so I don't really want to go sit in a hot.
Yeah, you can like never get
But in the winter, I feel like it's.
Yeah, the winter it's nice. But yeah, sometimes I never want to go in either because like I don't want to get really sweaty sometimes. Yeah. And you really sweat in the sauna. Yeah. But it's so worth it.
Yeah, it's like the first 5 minutes you're fine, and then all of a sudden you just start sweating profusely.
Yes.
So yeah, it's
like everywhere. It's like crazy, like my arms. But it's
like
nice.
The fact that TCU just has a sauna we can use, like I'm like I need to take advantage.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Right? And I'm paying for it, so I better. Exactly.
Okay, yeah, and then we'll go into some unpopular opinions that we have. So my unpopular opinion. I guess just unpopular thing. I like never watched YouTube. Like I never like watched any vloggers or like I don't know David Dobrik.
Oh yeah.
Like what was her name? Liza.
Oh yeah, his girlfriend.
I don't know. I don't even know their names because I never watched YouTube. And I never do now. Like I don't really watch people's vlogs. Like I listen to podcasts all the time. That's another thing. Like I don't watch podcasts. Like I only listen to them. So that's why it was weird for me to like start recording podcasts visually because like I don't even watch them. Like I know
Right.
people like to. But yeah, I only watch TV shows.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting one because like sometimes I like to watch the podcast too.
Yeah.
Even though they're just sitting here.
It's like comforting. Like I
Right.
understand it. But I
Yeah.
guess most of the time when I'm listening to podcasts, I'm like walking places.
Right. I'm like doing something. That's true.
I guess I could like when I put away my laundry or something, just put up
Yeah, like on
the
TV and
recording.
just listen.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do that. So it's just like on in the background.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then for YouTube, I never really watched YouTube either. I feel like for our generation too, it was a mix because we were outside all the time when we were younger.
Yeah.
But then some people like were inside watching YouTube.
Yeah. Or like I wasn't allowed to have social media until I was until I was in 9th grade. I wasn't allowed to have Instagram.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's also why like no one knew me.
Yeah.
In middle school or like going into it because I like had no social media.
Right.
And I tried to explain that to my parents and they were just like, "No, it's bad. You don't need it. Just call your friends." I'm like, "Mom, no one calls people."
Right, that's not how it
Like,
works.
in 7th grade.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
But honestly, I'm glad I didn't have it because
yeah, like you look back, yeah, that's true.
Like Vine. Did you ever have Vine?
No.
I remember like Lily and me when we were younger. One of my friends. I would go over to her house and she'd have Vine and we'd like sit there and like watch it for hours.
Really?
I wish I could have this, but like my parents wouldn't let me.
Oh my gosh, I had Musically though.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Musically.
Oh my god. I wish I could see you. I don't even have access to my old videos.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
don't want anyone else to see them.
I know.
Okay, I'm kind of curious. I used to post on there a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
I know. I'm like curious to see, but I'm also like, I'm gonna get secondhand embarrassed.
Yeah.
So maybe it's good that we can't find it. Okay, so for my unpopular opinion, I think you've said this before, but I like hate watching movies.
Yeah.
I can only watch TV shows.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is because sometimes TV, like I'll like binge TV shows.
Yeah, me too.
So it's basically like a movie, but I like that there's just more. I don't know. Like the movie just ends in like an hour and a half.
Exactly. And it's like the characters only develop so far. Like,
right.
It's like, you want more. Like
true.
It's too fast, like of a progression to where it like isn't realistic.
Yeah, that's true. I know people always ask me like, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" I'm like, "No." I have not.
Or they talk about actors and I'm like,
yes, I know no actors. I don't know any famous people's names either.
Same.
I know nothing.
Yeah, I agree with that and people always shit on me. Like going to the movie theater is like my last thing I would ever do. Like,
yeah.
It's
not first on my list for sure.
First of all, I don't get why. First of all, I don't like movies, but second of all, why wouldn't you just wait for it to come out?
I know.
Because it comes out after like a month and then you
right.
can, like, watch it at home on your couch
with
your own food and like,
I agree. And like actually be comfy.
Exactly.
You know, because the chairs are never really comfy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Popular opinion. Okay. But with that, I guess we'll get into
our goals.
Okay. First thing I have is that I want to complain less. Like, specifically about school and how much work I have and how annoying it is. So
that's a good one.
Like, yes, sometimes venting is needed. Totally agree. But like, I want to complain less because I feel like it makes me like build things up into like more than how bad it actually is.
Right.
So how I'm going to do this is when I catch myself complain, I'm going to keep a notes, like an app, like a folder in my phone of gratitude. So when I catch myself complaining, I'm going to write down 3 things that I'm grateful for that day, like in that moment. Or if I don't have access to my phone or something, then I'll just like say them out loud. But
okay, that's good.
Like
I like
my first,
that.
Just like general. I just want to like complain less.
Right.
I feel like it gives off like a negative energy.
Yeah, and it's hard too, especially with like just everything in the like. Because if we think about like the LA fires right now,
oh my god,
you know,
yes. Like
you're complaining here about how much work you have to do.
Exactly.
And even just in general, like not even about the fires, like people would love to be in your spot.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, no,
so it's
that's
like
something I really realized last year, too. And I think I have an episode just on gratitude. It was actually Ellie's idea because I was like talking to her about it. But we had to like work in like one of my labs was like working in the restaurants on campus.
Mm-hmm.
And just like talking to the employees there and stuff, I was like, we really need to be grateful that like we have the opportunity to go to school here and like get a really good education. And they're just such kind human beings, and then we come along and we're like complaining and bitching about everything. And meanwhile, like some people are living like paycheck to paycheck. So I don't know, just complaining less and being more grounded and grateful.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's good. Okay, one of mine is, so for some like background, I'm doing an accounting internship right now. And so my goal is to learn as much as I can. And this is also kind of just in life, like for life in general.
Mm-hmm.
But like, at my job, like, I mean, because we're, about to be graduated soon, like in a couple years.
Yeah.
And I just want to try to like take as much in as I can now, like make all the mistakes I can. Well, not I can, but if I do make mistakes, like make them now. So yeah, I just really want to learn a lot.
I would agree with that. And I feel like people see like in internships sometimes it's hard because you don't speak up and like you're scared to like make mistakes because you're like the newbie or like obviously you're trying to impress people, but it's like no, you need to speak up and like try to get as much information from these people as possible so that when you get to like an actual job you feel more prepared and you're less scared, and you would like, I don't know, I just feel like that's important. And like making mistakes is like honestly when you learn the most because you never are going to forget that moment.
True. And I think people forget too, like everyone loves to help people.
Yeah.
You never really meet someone who doesn't enjoy, especially like if they know something, like they're going to want to share their knowledge, And so don't be afraid to ask questions. Like they're going to want to help you.
Yeah. And honestly, sometimes like them helping you helps them too.
Right. Exactly.
Because like I know even just like with studying and stuff, when I'm like helping someone else study or like tutoring them or like we're talking through it together, like we're teaching each other, it helps me learn better too. So it's like it's not being selfish, like asking for help, and like it's not that you can't do it on your own, but like sometimes it's more efficient to ask for help and like people want to help you. So,
right, exactly.
I don't know why it's like this thing in society where we're all like, and I'm like this too. I'm like I can do it myself. I don't need help. But then sometimes I'm like, Macy, just ask for help. Like it's fine. So, yeah, that's a really good one. My next one is to say yes to more things and get out of my comfort zone. Because I feel like I protected my peace a little bit too much the past couple of years. And now I'm like trying to get out of my comfort zone socially and just like with new experiences, with work, with like opportunities, with everything. And so I really want to try like to just like one new thing a week, like one new social thing or one new experience that I might have said no to. Like for example, like I do modeling on the side for money, and like it's sometimes really intimidating to like say yes to those jobs because it's like a lot of preparation and like time taken out and like going to meet a bunch of new people and doing the part, doing outfit changes, all that stuff. So I want to say yes to more of that, even if it's like me having to rush after class to go do it. Like I just need to connect with people, and even though it's not the industry I want to go into long term, like you never know what you're going to get out of those connections with people. And like I don't know, I feel like you can just learn from everyone. So it's good to just take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, that's good, especially with the connections part. I mean, connections are everything in life, and so, and even just experiences, like it's definitely, modeling's a totally different industry than, nutrition and stuff, but just the experience of what you're getting is just, it's different, which is good, know?
Exactly.
And that'll be good.
Yeah. I think I'll learn a lot. And like also just socially, like, I mean, you guys know I don't drink. And so that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, oh, I'm gonna start drinking and like going out and partying all the time, but like just saying yes. Like a kid asked me if I wanted to go, like cook dinner with him this week. So like I'm like, okay. Normally I'd be like, I'd make him an excuse and say no.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, why would I? Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like why wouldn't I just do it? Yeah, it might be uncomfortable at first. It might be awkward at first, but like why am I like living life if I'm not gonna like say yes to those things,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, no, it's good to be uncomfortable. And with that too, like I might think, oh, like I want to make my own food, make
Yeah.
it this type of way.
Exactly.
But it's one night, out of the
Right.
whole week.
Like I could cook my food tomorrow night.
Right.
Like,
Like you'll be
it's not gonna do
fine.
anything.
Yeah. So no, yeah, I think that's a good one.
Yeah. So just kind of getting out of my comfort zone, getting uncomfortable because that's honestly like the only time that you grow. So
That is true.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say kind of like not the opposite of that, but just being more like kind to myself or like, oh, is it still
Right in the
working?
middle. Yeah, it's still going.
Okay.
Anyways, what were you saying?
Okay, yeah. So kind of like the opposite to that is just being more like kind to myself or
Yeah.
accepting, I guess, of like really who I am. And like I still want to get out of my comfort zone, but if someone asks me to like do something and I really don't want to, like
Yes,
I'm gonna
agreed.
feel
Like setting a
okay.
boundary.
Yeah, I'm just if I want to say no, like I'm gonna feel okay saying no.
Yeah, you're not gonna feel guilty like being
right.
Yeah, because then you
yeah.
go and then you're and then you have a horrible time. And it's like
Right.
you're doing something that doesn't align with you or like what your goals are.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, like if someone were to ask me, oh, let's go to this frat party on next week, I'd be like, yeah, that's not really my thing.
Right.
Like, personally,
like
being at a frat party, I know I've been to frat parties.
Yeah.
I've tried it, and it wasn't for me. So I'm not gonna like put myself in that situation or like feel bad that I'm like not fun or something.
Right, exactly. Well, another thing with that too is like because everyone just expects you to want to go to some of these things too. They're like, oh, you don't want to go to this party or you don't want to go out on a Friday night. Like, what else are you gonna do Friday night? Like, what do you mean? I'm just gonna stay in.
Yeah, like
and watch my TV show.
Cook my dinner.
Right.
And watch Gilmore Girls. Like, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just gonna be okay with saying no to things, but also like to your side too. Like, I wanna be okay with being uncomfortable, so like I'm gonna still continue to say yes to things that I'm not really want to go to,
right?
But
like things that you like know you'll enjoy once you're kind of there,
right?
Like, what you'll get out of it'll be worth it,
right?
But like in the moment you might not want to go.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like there's a difference there.
Yeah, because frat party, like I know I'm not gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like that's good because like I feel like a lot of people struggle with setting boundaries, and then a lot of people also struggle with like fear of missing out and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's like personally, I don't really struggle with FOMO. I don't really feel that at all. But like I do understand that people do, and like you just have to realize there's always going to be another party. Like there's always going to be another moment that you're going to have. Like if you're not feeling it in the moment, you're not going to miss out on like this huge connection of friendship. Like they're not gonna like not be your friend after because you go to one thing.
Yeah. Like, there's always another chance.
Yeah.
Just stay in or do whatever. Like you'll be fine.
Yeah, and like surround yourself with people who are like aligned with you and like have similar values and goals and like doing the same things. Because I think that helps too.
Yeah. And no matter like how long it takes too, because I would say like coming to TCU took me a while to find people who were like aligned with my goals. But just being patient, and now, like, I've found some really good friends, so.
Yeah, no, my first year here, last year, I literally was, like, considering transferring to BU because I was like, everyone here already has their friend groups, like, none of these people are like me, like, I don't know what I'm doing here, like, this does not feel like the people here are not my people, and it was just, it was hard. Like, it's definitely hard, but then I actually started to meet people, and I was like, oh, these people are, like, they do think this similarly to me. And I got close with Ellie, and, like friends from my nutrition program and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, like, this is fine. Like, it all works out, but it does take time.
Yeah, and I think the more you talk to people, they want to share more, and then you realize how aligned you guys actually are.
Yeah.
Like...
And another thing is, like, I didn't want to, like, intrude on, like, groups of people. So, like, I didn't want to be like, oh, can I come and, like, invite myself? Because, there's, like, that weird thing.
Right.
But you do, if you want to make friends and stuff and you want to meet people, like, you kind of have to, like, ask.
Right.
Like, what are you doing tomorrow? Like, you can't just expect them to just like come ask you what you're doing and like text you all the time and like
Right.
you kind of have to like initiate some of it,
Uh-huh.
or else they're just gonna assume like that you're chilling, like they're not really
Right.
thinking about it.
Yeah, they're not going to go out of their way, you know, to ask,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so I don't know, just kind of finding that balance is difficult at first, but it's definitely like worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another thing that I'm going to work on this year is being more flexible. And this is in all aspects of my life, with my food, like my routine, just like everything. Because I'm a person who loves routine. I literally,
Same.
and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I think a routine is great. I advocate for that. Having a routine like helps you stay consistent. It helps you hold yourself accountable, and it just like kind of gets rid of a lot of the um questions you have to ask yourself and like decision fatigue that you go through every single day. But at the same time, like not every day has to be the same. You don't have to eat the same things every day. You don't have to like the timing of everything doesn't have to be the same every day. Like your workout isn't going to be good every day. Like it's fine. And like just being more flexible when things come up of like, oh, maybe tonight I have to eat dinner super early because I have this thing tonight, and like not it's not going to ruin your day, you know? And that's something that I really struggle with.
Yeah, going off of that too. Like if like I love my routine, you know, and I usually have like a set time I go to bed.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm usually in bed around 9.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too.
like going to sleep. And so but if like obviously other people in college, they stay up later, you know,
Yeah.
and so they'll want to like go to dinner later or something like that. And I'm always like, oh well, it's gonna mess up my sleep schedule, you know, like I can't stay out later. But again, it's just one night,
Right.
like you'll recover.
Right.
And
like,
so
you can get back on routine like the
Right.
next day. Like you're not just gonna like fall off track. You're not just gonna ruin all your progress because
exactly.
and your workout's not gonna be bad because you had to go in the afternoon instead of the morning.
Right.
Like that's something I struggle with. Like I going to the gym in the morning is like that is my time to myself, and like it sets me up for my day. And then I'm like in the afternoon, like what if my stomach's hurting? Like what if something comes up? Like but it's one day, like it's not gonna do anything. Like your workout's not gonna be any worse.
Yeah.
Just because it's at a different time. Or like yeah, same thing with like food, like people wanting to go out places or going different timings, and like you have to get ready and stuff. It's just like, okay, everything's fine. Like you can bring a snack. Like
Right.
it's not that deep. You can have a protein bar, like it instead of you're getting all your nutrients in.
Right.
I don't know, as a nutrition, that's just something I think about.
Yeah.
But
no, I think that's good. And I think people who like to have a routine like really need to hear that. And you know, it's just be flexible. Like everything will work out. You'll be fine.
It's also really hard to like let new people in when you have such a rigid structure.
Yeah.
Because it's like people feel like you're not valuing them or you're not prioritizing them. And like or they just feel like you're unavailable and you don't want to hang out with them or like cultivate a friendship or relationship. So it's like you kind of have to like be flexible to like let people in and kind of just experience life in a way.
Yeah.
And yes, the structure is great and it's really helpful, but again, you're sticking to that every single day. Like one day is not going to make a difference.
Yeah.
So.
And I think where we're at right now, where like we basically can meet someone new every day, you know, like literally. Being at college, like we're just around all these people that, you know, it's okay to just become like not be in routine. Yeah. Once. Like it'll be okay.
Yeah. And then you hear about, because like post grad, I feel like people really struggle to make friends because it's like you're not in this environment every single day. You're working with people who might be like a lot older than you or already kind of have lives and are settled down, and like you're living in an apartment by yourself in the city, and it's like how are you supposed to meet people? Like you're going maybe yeah, sure you could like go to a bar, but it's like it's not as easy as it is here. Right. So, like, it's important to kind of cultivate those friendships here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
no, I agree.
So that's something I'm gonna work on this year. What's your next one?
Okay, my next one is I really want to celebrate like small victories.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I just feel like it just will overall help, you know, my mindset and everything. And especially like with, I know this year I'm going to be, trying to take like the CPA exams. And so those are super tough. But like if I pass one, like I want to be able to like celebrate that, even though I'm about to, like once I pass one, I have to then start studying for the next one.
Right.
So it's like I have no time, but like.
You need to take a moment.
Right. I need to take a moment, celebrate that I just did that. I did all that work, then passed,
Yeah.
And I mean, that can be for anything too. Like even just like in life in general, like, okay, I had a good workout.
Yeah.
Like let me celebrate it. Like, okay, I can go get a little sweet treat.
Yeah.
Like
I can buy my coffee out today or something.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, celebrating the small wins is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another reason why like I would encourage you to write down your goals for the year.
Yeah.
Because or else you kind of forget. And you kind of forget how far you come. Like at the end of this year when I was like reflecting, I was like, okay, I actually grew a lot. Like I'm still complaining about all the stuff that I didn't do and like where I'm at and how many things I need to work on, but it's like take a second and like look at where you were in January and look at where you are now. Like,
right.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah, like the list is smaller for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. And like write it down because you will forget it, because I mean the smallest little things. Like having a good workout on Tuesday, you're going to forget that on Saturday.
Exactly. But
but you still did it.
Yeah. Like write it down too. That's another thing I want to work on this year is just like journaling more.
Yeah.
Because that's made a huge impact in my mental health and just the clarity and like processing my emotions because I'm someone who just like buries them down and just like tries to power through and just move on to the next thing and like get past it, but like really reflecting and like writing down how I'm feeling kind of helps me like get through it in a way. And like even just writing down stupid stuff every day like before bed just kind of helps calm you down and like ground you and kind of just realize like okay, it's life, it's not that deep, like
right,
you don't need to be stressed all the time, like it's okay.
Yeah. And I think people don't realize how like good it feels to write things down too, and like journal. Like people are like, oh, journaling's so dumb, like why would you do that? But it's like really powerful, I think,
especially for things that you like haven't admitted to other people and like don't even really want to admit to yourself. Like yeah, you've probably had thoughts about it because like yourself, but like writing it down like makes it real and it makes you more likely to confront the issue.
Right.
That's something that was huge for me.
Yeah. And that's like, how like when you have to like say something out loud, it helps you like memorize it more or something. It's kind of like that. Like if you write it down, like it'll just help you so much.
Yeah. And like even with like past stuff and future stuff, like setting goals, manifesting, like when you write it down, it becomes more real and it makes you more likely to like go after that thing.
Right. Like you're going to work towards it harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. Okay. Those were my main ones. And then I guess another thing that's just kind of like a goal, I wanted to be able to do 8 reps of squats with good form, with like 140 pounds by the end of the year.
What are you doing now?
Now I'm, I guess, 230. I'm really bad at mental math, guys. I don't even know. I guess I'm at like 120.
Okay.
With like good form. So yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
I can do, yeah. I feel like I can do that.
And that's a good goal because it's like achievable.
Yeah.
People I think are, when the new year hits, they're like, oh, I'm going to try to work out, 7 days a week or something. Like, that's unrealistic.
Everyone's starting the 75 hard. Like,
yes.
They go from working out, literally not working out at all, to like, now they're going to do 2 45-minute workouts a day and drink a gallon of water and read 10 pages. And it's like, okay, let's take a step back here. Yeah. Let's reevaluate where you're at. Let's maybe add in some of those things slowly so that you don't feel like shit when you don't accomplish it.
Exactly. Like you can plan to do the 75 hard, but adjust it to your habits.
Exactly. Like maybe if you're not working out at all and you're eating out twice a day and you don't read books, you haven't read a book in years.
Right. Like don't put you're going to read 5 books.
Exactly.
Because you're not.
Do it. Like, let's maybe take a step back.
Yeah.
And let's say, okay, I'm going to do 4 workouts a week.
Yeah.
And I'm going to only eat out twice a week instead of just like trying to eliminate all these foods and like work out. And one has to be outside. I think that's how it is with hard, and they have to be at separate times, like throughout the day. It's like, okay, do you realistically have 2 separate times in the day, 45-minute chunks where you can either go to the gym and work out or like work out outside?
Right. Like, no. I mean, you're gonna have to shower twice more, then get ready. You know what I mean? And it's 20 degrees outside.
Exactly. It might be
No,
snowing.
it's, yeah. Or rain, or like hailing. What if it's hailing? You cannot work out outside.
Yeah, so let's say you like tailor it to your work schedule. Like, we're
Right.
all just like these home all day, like
Yeah.
doing that. Like, we have jobs or like school and stuff, so it's like make it realistic,
Right.
or else you're gonna burn yourself out. And then even if you do accomplish the 75 hard and you do it for all 75 days, after that you're gonna be like, all right, well, you can't keep doing that forever.
Yeah, that's also
Implement
true.
habits that you can do long term, more than just 75 days.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. You know, because you'll feel so proud of yourself for doing the whole full 75 days, but then you're just gonna stop. You're gonna be like, oh, it's over.
Yeah, or you're gonna get too hyper focused on it, and like, this is what would probably happen to me. And then I would feel like a failure when I got off of it and like wasn't doing that every day, because I would just feel like I could do it, so why am I not doing it, you know?
Right. And that's like back to the routine base too. You know, like once you get in a routine, you want to keep doing that every day, but then like you just gotta be flexible.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also think 75 hard for like men and women, very different. Like,
yes.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. Okay, mine also a workout one is I want to at least lift weights 4 days a week, but usually do 5.
Okay.
But again, like I'm setting a realistic goal, you know, from like Monday to Friday, I'm going to go in and lift weights. But if, like, for example, today, like Monday, it's MLK Day. So we had it off. So it's like, well, and the gym's open later. So it makes it harder. Yeah. But like, so I didn't lift today, you know, but I still did cardio.
Right. Like you still went to the gym.
Right. So that's why it's like, okay, at least 4 days lifting. I'll usually, you know, tend to do 5, but at least 4.
Yeah.
And
What's
I think
your split like?
I do, let's see, Mondays I do like glutes.
Okay.
And then Tuesdays I do chest and shoulders. And then Wednesday I do legs. And then Thursday back and buys. Okay. And then Friday I usually try to do like full body something.
Yeah, that's a good split.
And then abs like every other day or something. Do you do abs every day?
No, not every day.
Okay, I heard it's not good. Right?
No. Yeah. No, don't do it every day. I feel like also when I do abs every day, it's like I'm too sore, so I can't even like do them, you know?
Yeah, like do them good.
I've been doing Haley Cordova. I don't know if you know, Fueled by Fitness.
I feel like I've heard that name, but I don't.
She has a podcast called Haliness. I don't know. She's helped me a ton. But I've been doing her ab circuit. So it's like weighted plank for 60 seconds, and then
like on your
back?
Like
a 25-pound weight on my back. She has 45. I'm not there yet.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I'm at 25. 25-pound weight on your back. Hold that for 60 seconds. I just listen to David Goggins while I do it because it makes it easier.
Yeah, smart.
Because he's like yelling at
Right.
And then it's dead bugs to failure. So like weighted dead bugs to failure, and then leg lifts, and then ab roller. Do you do leg lifts like in the machine in the weight room, or do you go do it on the mat? No, just on the mat. Yeah, I like that too. And you do that. All of it is basically to failure, and you do that 3 or 4 times. Dang, it's really hard, but
that sounds good though.
Yeah. I like to do them on my push and pull days.
Okay, that's smart.
And then on my like active recovery day.
Yeah.
But I've also been really wanting to get back into Pilates because I loved when I did it. Like my core has never been stronger. Really? When I was doing Pilates, like
yeah, I've heard really good things about Pilates.
Hey, and I don't want to drive.
I know. Well, we don't really have like there's some close, but
I also don't like club Pilates. Like
yeah. And that's the close one, right? Oh no, yeah, Body Bar is kind of. Yeah, I don't know. And it's expensive because I would only go like 2 times a week. Probably. Yeah, I'd probably only go once a week. Yeah. I would already lift and then spin one day. Right, like I already have a schedule. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Well, then have you done the Pilates at TCU? Like they offer classes, but it wasn't that
I do the spin classes at TCU.
Yeah, the spin are really good. Katie, yeah, she's good. She's hard.
I'm going tomorrow, yeah.
Are you?
Mhm.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, she's really good.
She has good music too.
Yeah.
You have to find someone with good music.
Yes. Because I love my spin studio at home. Shout out Higher Ed Cycle. Literally the best fucking spin studio ever. But then I come here and they only have Cycle Bar. And it's like not hard.
Really?
And they have like score, like you're supposed to be in a certain range. But I just like want to go ham the whole time.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really like it.
Yeah, each studio's different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's a good goal. I guess my other,
Yeah, I kind of don't really have any.
yeah, I guess this is just more of like a goal for my health, is I want to get my period back this year.
You don't have your period?
No, I got my IUD out in July.
Of last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2024, I got my IUD out in July. And before that, I was on birth control since I was 15. So I got my period when I was 15.
Mhm.
Then immediately like they put me on birth control because it was so heavy. And then
And that just made you regular, right?
yeah,
And like
because
yeah.
it's just like a withdrawal bleed.
Right.
So then I would have my period fine, and then all of a sudden, last May, I think, or yeah, May, May and June, my birth control just stopped working.
Wait,
Like,
what do you
I
mean?
just bled every single day. I would
What?
take the pills every single day
And you would
at
still
the same time, and I would just bleed every day for 30 days straight.
Wait, that is so weird.
So
I've
they
never
were
heard of
like,
such a thing.
yeah.
Because I feel like usually people just don't bleed. You know, I've never heard of someone like continuously bleeding.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't like a lot, but it was like,
Well, yeah,
like a
still
period. It was,
happening,
like,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, so is that why you went in and got?
So that's why I went in, and
Oh.
they were like, "Oh, we can switch you birth controls," but I was like, I don't really want to mess around with that. Like,
Yeah.
plus, whatever. I was already considering maybe getting an IUD just because I've heard good things about it, and I was like,
That fully stops your
it
period?
for some people still get it once a month.
Oh, okay.
But for me, it fully stopped it,
Okay.
and I didn't get my period the entire time I had my IUD. So yeah, I guess it was the May before. So 2023 is when my period stopped, and then I was on the IUD. I had it for a year, and it was, I mean, it worked fine. I mean, I'm not sexually active, so that wasn't why I was using it, but like,
Right.
I didn't get my period. It was fine. I didn't have like cramps or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it really affected my mental health.
Really?
Like, I did not feel like myself. I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
like
the
just hormones and
yeah.
stuff?
And so then I ended up getting on Prozac because they're like, "Oh, you have anxiety. Here, take this."
Mm-hmm.
And I was on a super low dose, but that just made me numb.
Really?
Like, I did not feel anything.
Yeah.
So then I was like, fuck this. I'm getting off all of this.
I know.
So I got off Prozac, and then I got my IUD out. But I still haven't got my period back.
Really? Wait, so what you got it out July of
Mhm.
last year and you still haven't gotten
They
it?
said it would take around 3 months, but some people it takes up to a year. But like, I
wonder
think part of
why.
it at the beginning is because I was underweight. And so I didn't have a high enough body fat percentage to
Like,
have a period. But now I'm back to a healthy weight and like healthy everything. So like, I'm just like waiting for it to come back.
Right.
I'm like carrying tampons in my backpack.
Yeah,
to
you're
the
like
gym
just in
because I'm like,
case. You just never know.
yeah, it's kinda
That's
scary.
yeah, I'm on birth control and I've been on it for a while.
Mhm.
And like I've been really thinking about getting off of it,
Mhm.
but
It's
I'm just
honestly
like scared.
me.
Cuz like I feel like it's like I'm fine, you know? Like I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
gain weight from it or anything. I have
No,
regular
same.
periods, but I had regular periods before. I just got on it for like my skin.
Yeah.
But now my skin's good, so it's like
Yeah.
and I'm not sexually active either, so I don't need it for that reason. But the only reason that's stopping me is I'm taking another like prescription for my skin, and that you have to be on birth control.
Oh, really?
Yes, which sucks.
That's so weird.
I know. And so I was talking to my doctor. I'm like, okay, well, like, when do you think I can get off? And they're like, it's up to you. And I'm like, well, I don't
But
want
then
my
you don't want your
skin to
skin
get
to, like,
bad.
break- yeah.
Right. So it's, I
But
don't
it's like
know.
you don't want to be on it forever.
Right. And like, at what point do I get off of birth control?
Right. Because like you, at one point, you're gonna want to have kids.
Right.
So it's like,
And then am I gonna have to wait like 4 years until like I'm back to normal? You know what I mean? Like if I want to,
yeah,
I should
say
get off it
takes,
now.
like a year for your hormones to regulate. after you
Right.
get off of it.
I know. So I feel like a lot of people have been getting off of birth control lately.
I feel like everyone has.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
I
Like,
know.
all the influencers I listen to, too,
Right.
they all talk about it.
Yeah, and so it's interesting to hear their journey, too.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone usually says it's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Like, I
I'll
haven't
probably
really
share
heard
my
that.
full journey once I get my period back.
Yeah.
But I'm working with my dietitian because food has a lot to do with it.
Oh, does
So,
it?
like, eating more healthy fats and stuff. And, like, they say you need, like, a 17 to 22% body fat percentage to, like, have a healthy period. That's what they say.
Huh.
But, like, I had a healthy period back when I was 15, and, like, I was way, like, I mean, I was doing gymnastics and soccer. Like, I was super lean. Like,
Right,
probably,
like, you don't have that much fat on you.
yeah. So, I mean, I did a
Weird.
DEXA scan the other day, and, like, I'm still below that, but I'm, like, I know this is, like, healthy for me.
Right.
So, like, it should be coming back. I don't know.
Yeah, periods are so weird.
Yeah.
I don't really get how they work.
Same. But, yeah, that's just a general goal for this year.
Yeah, that's good. I would say that my last goal is to live more in the moment. I think, yeah, like, going back to just, like, I'm very routine-based, and, like, if something, I don't know, like, I just feel like I need to enjoy my life right now.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm never going to be in the same spot again. And so, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always, like, worried about my future and stuff, and it's,
Right.
like, I'm always, like, thinking about what's next, and it's like, okay, but you're never gonna get this moment back.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. It's, like, I can't think of an example right now, but just living more in the moment,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I agree with that. And I think journaling also helps with that, because you can, like,
Yeah.
I have, like, a really bad memory. Like, sometimes
So
when I
do
look
I.
back, like, of just things, like, 3 years, like, I can't remember, like, what was happening or, like, exactly
know.
who was there. Like,
I know.
my mom will talk about vacations when I was younger, and I'm like, what? I don't even.
Dude,
what do
I
you mean?
know.
Like, I
I
don't
get, I get
that.
mad. I'm like, you guys should not have taken me when I was that young.
Yeah,
I don't remember
same.
anything.
Same.
I'm like, I don't remember it.
No,
They're like, you were
literally.
like 13. I was like, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I think part of my life at the beginning, I think I blocked a lot of it out because the trauma from gymnastics, that was, like, my whole life. So that's
Right.
kind of, like, all I remembered, and I just, like, blocked out a lot of that time because
I
I don't even.
know.
It felt like a different universe.
Right.
But even stuff like 3 years ago, I'm like, wait, was that year or what?
Right.
So I
I
want to,
can
like,
never.
journal so that when I'm older, I can, like,
Yeah, look back.
Especially if I, like, get, okay, this is, like, kind of dark, but, like, Alzheimer's or, like, anything like that, like, I want to, like, have that documentation
True.
just to, like, share with
to
your
know.
kids and, like, your,
Yeah.
you know, when you can't do it yourself.
Right. And because kind of thinking about that too, I'm like, oh, I'll just, like, take more pictures and videos. But I also, again, want to live in the moment.
Exactly.
You know? So I don't want to be
documenting
glued
it
to my
after
phone.
and you're journaling
Right.
when you're in bed. I feel like is a good way to.
Yeah, like reflecting. I think that's really good.
Because I'm someone who I always forget to take pictures. Like,
I know, same. I'm not good to be on my phone.
No.
But some people are, like, so good.
Dude, I know.
But then I'm like.
And then I'm, like, happy because they capture a really cool moment.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, see, I don't. And I'm like, oh, I wish I would have gotten that. But I'm like, okay, but no, I don't.
I know. I'm like, no. Like, I like seeing it with my eyes, not through the camera.
Me too.
You know?
Me too. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think everyone could learn from that or could work on that because I feel like today's culture is just, like, it's nonstop. Like, everyone's just go, go, go.
Yeah.
Like, moving on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that was pretty good for, like, our goals for 2020. We should do another one next year.
We should.
And, like, reflect on.
Yeah, we should reflect it and then,
episode.
yeah.
Like, rewatch it and then reflect and see.
Yeah.
That
and
would
see where we're
awesome.
at. That would be good.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. And yes, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
She'll definitely be back later, probably in this semester, honestly.
Yes.
And yeah, as always, you can find my Instagram at myverbaljournal.let'schat, my personal Instagram at Macy Lee Jones, and then I'll link Ellie's Instagram as well in the show notes. And yeah, if you guys ever need anything, as always, feel free to DM me. And thank you guys so much for listening. We'll talk to you guys next time.